everybody. It is Syra, and this is Syra Gets Fit. I keep on recording these updates or accountability vlogs, and I haven't uploaded any of the ones that I filmed in like the last month, I think. And I don't know why that is. I know that I feel better after I've kind of cleared my head of the things that, that jumble it up on a daily basis. And I feel bad about not having uploaded consistently, mainly because I know that getting myself on a routine and being consistent is absolutely necessary for me to stay on track, because I don't have anybody else but myself holding myself accountable. So it's one of those, I know I need to do it, and I need to do it, and I just can't get there. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. Right now I am on my way down to the cities for two reasons. Number one, I have to take a shower. And if you've been on my channel, you know I do not have running water or a working shower at home. So that means Planet Fitness it is. So that's where I'm headed. And then I've been doing this other thing. I've been working on trying to get myself financially healthy, as well as all of the other fitness missions. So I have another channel that I call Syra Gets Budgeting, because gotta stay on brand. But I have been using the Dave Ramsey method of cash envelope stuffing. I know my mom used to do it like way back in the day. Like ancient history for a lot of people, or they weren't even born history for even more. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on, and it's working okay so far. In several months, in just a few months, 2.5 months, I've managed to save up money for car maintenance, for vet and animal bills. I have one of my dogs, I have to have her spayed soon. She is super skinny because she is very hyperactive and she doesn't eat a lot. And she gets so skinny, she scares me, and I try to give her as much extraordinary food as possible. But a couple wags of her tail and she burns it all off. So I need to get her fixed. I started saving an emergency fund, but that emergency fund went bye-bye really quickly during the week that the Federal the week after the Federal Reserve failed, because I didn't get my unemployment payments on time, and I had a really big bill that I had to pay. So I had to use the emergency fund and part of the money that I had set aside for savings to make sure that I was able to pay that bill on time. So I've been doing that, working on getting financially healthy. I have money in a 401k, but I think I'm going to take it out of the 401k and add it to the little bit of investing that I've got going on. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. It's kind of shoot from the hip sort of thing. Play by ear? I don't know. Something like that. So, yeah. I'm working on that as part of my fitness journey. Fitness mission. And yeah, I've got a couple other things that I'm planning, and I'm hoping that I can stick to them and be consistent. With all of the fun diagnoses that I have gotten this year, I keep on recording these and then not uploading them, so I don't know how much I've shared. My first diagnoses from this year was ADHD, and that was kind of my insistence to me being insistent to my psychologist and telling him I'm like, I'm smart, I have a lot of dreams, I have a lot of goals, and when I get focused on something, I will tear up everything in my path to get that done. And I said, but if it's not done before my focus wanes, then I don't get it done. And we went on, and he's like, I'm the one who said, I think I might be ADHD. And he set up all the tests, and then he asked me about the tests later. Like, what was I thinking when I took this test, and what was I thinking when I took that test? And to be honest, I could only remember a portion of the tests that I actually took. And then other ones I remembered, like, I could picture every single thing that I did. And he said, yep, you are definitely ADHD. I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. So much sense. So that is one of them. And then not long after being on the ADHD medication, Adderall, my moods were, my moods have never been great. Like, I can go from being happy to sad in a few seconds with no rhyme or reason, and I can do the opposite, no rhyme or reason. I can be completely calm and then absolutely irritated. So, yeah. So I was talking to him about how my moods have been so erratic since I was on the Adderall. I said, like my moods went up and down before, but now it's quicker and they're more extreme. And I said, I asked him if he thought I could possibly be bipolar. And he said, with what you're telling me about your reaction to the Adderall, quite possibly. And then he's like, just stop taking the Adderall and see if it calms down. And with that, he can recommend medicines for me, but he can't prescribe them because he's a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. And I'm a little dry. So he recommended that I find a psychiatrist and have something prescribed for me for bipolar disorder. I don't know if you guys can see. There is a vehicle that's maybe 2 car lengths behind me, and I'm going 60 miles an hour. And I keep on hugging the side so they will go around me, and nope, they're just sticking behind me. Ah! I rarely ever go to the speed limit. I usually go a little bit under it or a little bit over it, and today I guess I decided to go a little bit under. I know that frustrates me, frustrates other people, but I can't get a speeding ticket this way. So, yeah, they can go around me and they can get the speeding ticket. So where was I? ADHD. It's fun. What was I saying? Oh, psychologist. He can't prescribe. He can only suggest. He said I would need a psychiatrist to get other medications to properly diagnose me with like bipolar, etc. We had already talked about complex PTSD, which I definitely have. Long history. Now they're finally passing me. Long history of abuse when I was younger. Not parental abuse. It was sibling abuse, but it was severe level sibling abuse. And once I think I can actually talk about it without breaking down into the ugly cry, I will probably talk about it, because I think it'll be cathartic for me to share those thoughts and those things that have happened, and maybe my story might help somebody else who thinks that the sibling abuse or sibling interactions with their sibling might be to the level of abuse and not just sibling rivalry. So those were complex PTSD was first, and then ADHD, and then the bipolar. And kind of bipolar and seasonal affective disorder happened at the same time. I already sort of knew that I had seasonal affective disorder. That's basically where you get ridiculously depressed during the winter when there's a lot less light. This girl does that. Dark of winter is definitely dark for me. And then the last diagnoses, well, I hope it's the last diagnoses that I'm waiting on. I will be assessed for autism spectrum disorder at the end of May. And I'm kind of scared but excited for it, because it would be, while a lot of my reactions to the world and the way I interact with the world can be explained by ADHD and bipolar and complex PTSD, there are some things that just don't fit 100%. But a diagnosis of being on the autistic spectrum would explain some of the boxes that just aren't ticked. And I watch Yo Samdy Sam, Princess Aspie, The Aspie World, or Princess Aspian, Neurodivergent Me, Purple Ella, and a few other people that have been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, and I find so many similarities between me and them. It's crazy. So that is coming. Woo woo! And at 45, almost 46, it's amazing that I might finally actually know myself, sort of. So I'm going to call it quits for now. I am going to do everything in my power today to get this uploaded. Everything in my power. All right. So I will see y'all soon. Mwah!